apparently the next expansion is gonna get delayed, and I don't think people are gonna be very happy because of this. Let's talk about it. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Go to my Gw2 if you want more content. Go to my Twitch to watch me live, and let's get into it. So, let's read this entire thing. A message from the game director. Hey everyone, I wanted to share an update regarding the launch timing of our next expansion in Gw2. Well, we have released our last two expansions in August. We made the decision to shift our next expansion launch to October. This extra time will allow us to ensure the expansion meets our quality standards without crunching. This change for the 6th expansion will not affect the release timing of the final quarterly update for Gw2 Gentle Wilds. We appreciate your patience and support you as we take this need to time to bring the next chapter of Gw2 to life. We'll be sharing more information about our next expansion this summer, and in the meantime, we have more content and events coming up for the adventure going, including the final core release for Gw2 Gentle Wilds. As always, thanks for being part of the community. Josh Davis, game director. All right, so the expansion. Usually it would be at the end of August. Now it's going to be in October. I'm guessing this is going to be at the end of October. We do have the... yeah, it would make sense. But Halloween is then, right? So they were not going to have to deal with that. And the Labyrinth, how are they going to deal with that? Like the festival and this as well? I don't know. If, I would just move it to November, honestly. Because like I don't know how they're going to do that. But I mean, I'm sure they'll figure it out. Is this good? Is this bad? I wish I could say that it is good. And it might be. But it doesn't give me a lot of hope. And the reason is because the reason that they say is this extra time will ensure the expansion meets our quality standards without crunching. And I do this with, I say this with the biggest love I can, but people like, look, these expansions are not been the best. I don't think I think most people can say that, right? And the point of these expansions was that it was yearly. It was yearly, right? You know, it's boom, boom, boom. Every time you know exactly what happens, right? Every 3 months. But even that, every 3 months, it's a bit low on content. And the amount of content and the quality of it has been very bad. People have not been happy with, especially with this patch. This new patch was very small. The only thing that was kind of worth it was the new raid. And if you don't like the raid, I'm not really sure what you're doing other than doing the achievements and then leaving, right? So making this message like this instantly after the new patch that was not very well received, I think it's a bit tone deaf, and I don't think it's a good idea. I think they should have waited until something good happened before announcing this. Also, it doesn't really talk a little like anything about, hey, we're gonna make the next expansion better because you have, you know, we have had problems with this ones and you guys don't like. That's what they did with Soto to Gentle Wilds. They talked about how the gameplay is gonna be better, the content is gonna be better, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't think they really made their explanations. Maybe with the story a little bit, but now we only have yapping and no gameplay. So they don't even mention this here. So it really scares me that we're gonna get the same amount of content, the same quality of it that we've gotten through Soto and Gentle Wilds, and then it's just gonna be delayed 2 weeks. And what, you know, next time is all gonna be the same thing. It's gonna keep going into, instead of every year, 1.5 years, and then we're back to the normal cadence, which is every 2 years. Like, I don't know. It just... And there's nothing else being talked about. The fact that, you know, Guild Wars 2 is what we're really trying to do. We're trying to, Guild Wars 2 is our focus and everything. Nothing like that. Especially when the whole community is kind of afraid of Guild Wars 3 and what that could mean. And there's no mention of that. There's no, hey, yes, this is what we're doing, and you know, it's for the better for the game and blah, blah. I don't know. It makes me a bit worried that the reason why they're actually delaying all this is because they're also working on the Unknown's project, and they prioritize that compared to this. And I think at this point it's very hard to not think that. I don't think it's a doomish thing to say. I don't think it's something that is unreasonable to believe. And I think this message, this situation, without any sort of assessment of what people are actually thinking, is not a good way. It's not gonna make people change their minds. I think a lot of people are kind of afraid of the next expansion and what it's going to be about, and whether they actually will, like, you know, people will buy this or not. I'm sure that you guys, there's probably a lot of you that are hesitant on buying the next expansion. I definitely will, but I think there's a lot of people who are hesitant, and I think this doesn't help. So I think it's, you know, I understand that. I get what happened here, but I think I don't think it was handled in the best manner. I don't think it should have been said now, and I don't think they said it in a good way. So you guys can tell me if you disagree with me. I don't think this means like Gw2 is dead or anything, but I think it's definitely not a... It's not a positive thing. So tell me what you guys think. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Go to my Twitch, watch me live every morning. Go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support my content. See you guys around. Love you all. Bye.